Un saludo especial para la gente hermosa de Canadá.
Muchas gracias.
Desde Cali, Colombia. Allá está haciendo frío, aquí no. A toda la gente beautiful de Canadá. You people, I love you forever. Hey, you're from Colombia. Hey, bye bye.
This is the beautiful scene just outside my window at the hotel. You're in La Laguna. And as you can probably hear, there's a lot of roosters. And those roosters woke me up very, very early. Buenas empanadas, damas y caballeros. ¿Cómo estás? Or maybe I should say, buenas tamales, because in a moment, my friends and I are going over to Flora's relatives, and we're gonna have some tamales for breakfast. It should be yummy, because they were homemade and they were being made fresh last night. So, welcome to La Laguna, which so far, we got here just as it's getting dark, but so far it looks like a beautiful, beautiful little town. Got a little friend behind me there. Anyway, I'm just walking down a path right by the house where we stayed last night, and it looks absolutely gorgeous here. Tiny, tiny little town, but it looks like super friendly people. And there's a place that's actually a lagoon that we'll be going to probably after breakfast. Anyway, you'll see it all as we go. The main industry here is sugarcane, and hopefully we're going to be going to a spot, I think it's maybe tomorrow, and we're going to see the whole process of how sugarcane is processed, etc. So I'll leave it at that, and I'll check back in once we have some tamales on our plates. As you can see, this is one of the main streets, and it's just green and lush, flowers and oranges. Apparently they grow a lot of things around here. We have a beehive activity over in the kitchen there. I think things are just about ready. So we have our tamal, and we have our bread with a little bit of ham in. There's that ham in there.
Ham and cheese.
Ham and cheese. And caldo, a special soup, very common in Colombia. Jeffrey's favorite. And chocolate. How's the caldo, senor?
Very nice.
Up to your standards?
Yes, definitely up to my
Good.
standards.
At the moment we're heading to the Sunday market, which is just down the street a little bit more, but this is the so-called Plaza Principal. This is the cathedral here in La Laguna. Probably the smallest cathedral that I've seen. Well, no, that's not true. I've probably seen some really tiny little ones, but lots of wood in the construction. They actually have some nicer stained glass than some of the ones I've seen. Got some lights up, windows up there, so it's a little brighter.
Pero la manera que uno, si lo, como uno solo se logró montar en el cuento de la guerrilla. Pero donde hay pobreza,
Sí.
llega la guerrilla.
Oiga, pero no,
Aquí
porque
nunca
la
más volvió
laguna,
eso.
mire, eso le decía yo en Málaga, que nosotros llegamos a Málaga el jueves y le decíamos allá que, ¿por qué no le meten la ficha a la carretera?
Es que lo que pasa es que como tanto ladrón, tanta corrupción.
Mira, él es Tomás, un
Hola,
canadiense.
mucho gusto.
Javier.
Y él,
Javier.
Javier, forero.
Ah,
La herencia siempre se conserva, porque hoy en día nuestras generaciones casi no podemos comprar nada.
no,
No puedo comprar.
y hay otros que no quieren conservar
No
eso, la
quieren
quieren
conservar
vender para vivir rico
Nosotros sí.
unos años. Sí.
Nosotros la queremos conservar, y vamos a convertirla en patrimonio familiar,
Claro,
asociación, y que todos tengamos y nuestros descendientes
también
continúen.
la cultiven.
Eso es lo que
Sí, pero su mamá era la mujer más linda de la laguna. En serio, muy linda.
Fue reina.
Sí.
Linda, soy ¿qué?
No, con unos ojos, sus ojos, su cabello era churca y muy lindo.
Sí, trabajó como unos 3 o 4 años de profesora y ya, mi papá la casó. ¡Tin!
Fue después que ya la conquistó.
Claro, mi papá no quería porque era bien pintoso también, mi padre.
So he's mentioning that his mother was the beauty queen of La Laguna in the past. So that's kind of cool.
Bla, bla, bla. Ahí mataron a un hombre.
Un hombre en esta
Lo
casa.
mataron a un señor de acá. El único, no más.
Muy carismático, muy querido.
Era un señor muy, muy amable.
El de folclore, de la música, de lo típico de la región. La tambora, las
Le gustaba
disfraces.
la música,
La música.
y los carnavales y reinados o algo así
Todo así.
bonito.
La gente aquí.
El señor que murió.
Okay.
Se interpuso en la pelea para que no...
Dijo, no,
Pero
no peleen. Y
¿Tú eras viviendo aquí
Yo
hace
era-
20
Yo estaba,
años?
sí, y
Cuando
yo era inspector de policía acá.
Ajá.
Acá eran los que ponemos el orden en el pueblo, pero éramos jovencitos, 18 añitos.
él
Sí, es típico.
fue inspector de policía en la prisión.
Ajá.
Ellos
Sí, es
están
una-
con la inquietud de cómo es por dentro.
Ah, claro, falta llave, como la tiene la
Colombia,
pícaro.
en Colombia es ahora este gobierno, si tú eres un
Malo.
mata y roba y vende drogas, venga Jeff, 1 millón de pesos mensual.
El gobierno.
El gobierno. Pero ¿quién paga esa plata? La gente del pueblo que trabaja, que paga.
El sacerdote,
Padre,
padre, ¿cómo
buenos
está?
días.
Buenos
¿Cómo
días.
está?
Unas canadienses, padre, vea por aquí. Es nuestro sacerdote.
Él es sacerdote.
Estoy curioso. Obviamente, durante el tiempo de Pablo Escobar hay mucha violencia y Pablo es muy famosa en todo el mundo, más o menos. Pero ahora, el negocio de cocaína es similar,
No,
más grande, menos grande que los días de Pablo. ¿O?
por ejemplo, yo viví en Medellín 15 años. Viví 15 años. Allá en Medellín no quieren hablar de Pablo Escobar.
Sí.
No quieren saber de Pablo Escobar.
Sí.
Porque es un tipo mal. Era él con los de cartel de Cali, dos poderosos
Muy
en
bien.
Colombia. Ahora no. Hay más de 20.000.
Resulta
20.000,
que
oh, ya.
ahora acabaron con Pablo Escobar, murió los hermanos Orejuela, Rodríguez Gacha, todos esos. Ellos terminaron, finito. Pero ahora, muchos.
Pero para export drogas,
Claro.
¿es menos ahora o
Yo creo
el
que
mismo
yo creo
o
que lo
más?
mismo o
Parece
más.
que es lo mismo y parece que es
Pienso
mucho
que
más.
sí.
Parece que es más.
sí,
Mucho
sí,
más
sí.
hectáreas.
Pueblo muy bonito.
See, Javier was just saying there's a professor who's writing the history of La
¿Sí
Laguna.
cogerá la naranja? No.
He's got all the keys so we can get into places. It's kind of cool.
Wow.
aquí funciona un restaurante, sino que acabo de desocuparlo hoy. La señora que estaba duró 6 años, apenas hoy salió. Nuestra casa paterna, un comedor, otra habitación, comedor.
¿Cuántas habitaciones?
Tiene 4. La
¿Cuatro?
cocina. Y estos son locales, tiendas. Pues lo vamos a arreglar, adecuar como restaurante y hostal.
Ya. Para hostal está muy bien.
Bonito.
Muy bien.
Está chévere.
Este es tu familia.
Este es de mi familia.
Oh, ya.
Mis hermanos que con mi hermano de herencia. Vamos a adecuarlo para convertirlo en restaurante y hostal.
¿Están todos? No.
No, esto yo solo por ahora. Ya van a llegar mis hijos del tiempo, Semana Santa.
¿Pero están todos? ¿Tus hermanos están todos?
Vivos, sí.
¿Mm?
Sí. Ah, no, el menor murió, Edgar. Mi hermano Edgar murió, falleció, un menorcito.
Has anybody ever heard of Bitburger? Let me know in the comments section. Premium Pilsner? I guess that one Pilsner.
Yeah.
That's a big can of beer.
Cuenta que como 30 años esto era caballería.
I'm not quite sure who lives here, but this is a huge, heavy-looking cabinet.
Did you hear him say that this used to be for the horses?
Oh, this is for the horses.
Eran del ejército, no eran del ejército colombiano, de hace muchos años estas casas.
Las fuerzas del Estado vivían en estos.
Ya. Militar.
Sí.
Y los caballos enfrente.
Sí.
Aquí.
Acá.
Le colocaron una cosa acá y ahí amarraban el caballito, 1, 2, 3, 4 caballos, así en todas pilas. Aparte, y los militares.
Buenos días. Muy bien, gracias. Buenos días. Presuming it's still morning.
What's that?
I presume it's still morning. Buenos días. Buenos días, ¿cómo estás?
Watch this.
Yeah. I want to try it.
Hola.
The word for objective, objetivo.
Oiga, si haga un chico.
Por rondas. Por rondas. So, una vez para prueba. Una punta o 2 puntas.
Sí.
Yeah, so you get 1 point per pin.
Oh, okay.
And then you got rounds.
Okay.
And each person gets one shot.
Duele, chino.
She's just packing up.
I think that I think it used to be bigger than this because you don't see the guy at the onions and all that either. Yeah. I think this is the last
Yeah. market in Bariciaro or Sangre. When Gerardo goes to the market in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning.
Oh yeah.
¿La echan en una bolsita? ¿O la llevan?
No, así en la mano.
Sí.
Yeah. So,
Vamos a ver si alcanzamos a ir allí al del cementerio.
Sí. Eso va a carretera hasta el Espino de mi papá.
No diga.
Allá abajo mi tía y mi tío. Sí. Y está solito, mi mamá subió hoy para Bucaramanga. Eso deberían bajar y echar un trote para arriba.
Vamos a ver.
Eso.
Nos vemos más tarde.
Bueno, mi gente, buen viaje.
We're heading to a viewpoint of the canyon up here. Not sure how far it is away, but I expect it's going to be pretty spectacular. This will give you a little bit of a view of part of the valley, and all this bright green is sugar cane, which is, as I mentioned earlier, probably the main thing that they cultivate here, along with coffee. And I'm being told that the soil is really, really good, high quality here. This will give you a first glimpse of what the canyon is going to look like. But I think it's going to be pretty spectacular down there at the corner. The view is getting better and better. You can see the river down there. Doesn't look like there's much water in the river though. Not exactly sure where the official mirador is, but it's a pretty good view right here. It's taken me about 25 minutes to get here from where we're staying. I just asked the guy back there who is working on his house if the official viewpoint mirador is a little bit further, and he said yes, so I'll keep going. I don't know if Jeffrey and Flora are going to want to walk this far, but hopefully they will. So as best as I understand it, this is all part of Canyon Chicamocha. And my opinion is that this area here is actually nicer than the main part of Canyon Chicamocha that you go through on the highway from San Gil to Bucaramanga. And there's also other parts that I've been through on this trip that, in my opinion, are more spectacular than the area you go through to get to Bucaramanga, which is really saying something because Canyon Chicamocha is pretty nice, but when I go through that area, I don't think to myself, oh, this is even nicer than the Grand Canyon in Arizona, because that's pretty amazing. But again, to the best of my knowledge, this canyon here is deeper than the Grand Canyon, which is really saying something. But of course you never hear about that on any shows or documentaries unless you specifically are looking up Colombia. But yeah, this is pretty amazing around here. And as you can see, there's people that live down on the hill there. And to think about having to carve roads through all these mountains like they have, I mean, I can't even fathom how much time and effort that took. But all throughout this canyon, I don't see any over here. That's probably way too difficult to carve a road through, but up there on the mountain in the greener area, yeah, there's roads carved precariously on the sides of the mountain. If you watch my videos of the travels from point A to B in this area, you'll get a sense of that. As per usual, as I walk by some of the homes, you can hear music blaring from the speakers. But as I'm walking a little bit further, I want to tell you a little bit more about the conversation with Javier. He told us some very interesting stories. Now, later on, I'm hoping that we're going to be talking to somebody that knows about the legends of the actual water lagoon that we'll be going to later. There's apparently quite a lot of interesting legends and myths. Is there some truth to them? I have no idea. But whatever the case, I'm sure they're going to be interesting. Like in my area of Canada and British Columbia, we have the legend of Ogopogo, the sea monster in Okanagan Lake, for instance. But maybe there is an Ogopogo monster. Who knows? I don't know. But there has been sightings and some photos. Anyhow, aside from that, which I'm looking forward to, Javier used to be a prison guard for 20 years, and they have a deal down here in Colombia where if you do those kinds of jobs, I think the police as well, you get to retire early. And they have a similar deal for military, etc. in Canada as well. So, naturally we got onto the topic of the whole drug story here in Colombia. With the question being, another little viewpoint here. Pretty darn nice. There's a little closer view of the farm that's down here. And I think down here is going to be as far as I go, because it's all downhill, so it's nice and easy to get down here, then I have to walk all the way up. So anyhow, my speculation was, and I told Javier back in the days of Pablo Escobar, which Colombian people are probably pretty tired of talking about, there's a lot of violence and killing, things like that. And Pablo Escobar was probably the big kingpin. And his name is now known worldwide. But from what I've understood talking to various people, now it's kind of more spread out amongst various cartels and organizations. And I think it's all, it's associated with people in the government, as is typically the case in my country and other countries as well. And so my speculation was that people are making enough of their piece of the pie now that they don't really need to go to battle with each other. They probably have their territories and their organizations. You stay in your area, you can make all the money you need to be ridiculously comfortable and have your mansion and your yacht and all that stuff. And then all the others will stay in their area. And as long as they cooperate, everybody's making money, and in their line of work, everybody's happy. And so basically I said that, and he said, yeah, that's pretty much correct. Because even the average normal everyday person down here, if you have a connection that has a connection, again, to the best of my understanding, some people will make an investment and they will get a return on their investment. And that's why you can see people and just regular families who are just making ordinary money, hola, yet they're driving these nice new vehicles. So that kind of explains that pretty simple. And there goes Jeffrey leaving me all by myself. This is not fair. Oh well. That's what I get for being me. We're just on our way to the lagoon, the famous lagoon here in Laguna de Ortizes, and saw this house. It kind of reminds me of something you'd see in Tibet with all the rock. Then down here, looks like got a trail down to what is a natural grass soccer field, or as they call it here, football. Kind of looks a little tilted to me, but it's a good size, pretty flat. You got the mountains, and then just down here A little out of sight is La Laguna. Llegando. This is the famous Laguna. With some of the other trees with the famous hanging moss. I think, as best as I understand, water's pretty good quality, not polluted. That's always good. There we go. I guess this is where all the action is happening here. Very nice. This will give you a more of a full idea of what the lake looks like, complete. I mean, as I've said so often in other videos, it's a tiny little lake, and compared to the lakes in Canada, it's, you know, it's no big deal, but you don't see lakes in Colombia too terribly often. The nice afternoon light is starting to envelop the valley. Time to unleash the drone.
El nacimiento. Para toda la gente.
Para todo. Sí.
Hay un
Acueducto.
ajá.
Grueso, sí.
Oh yeah. Manguera o
Tubo.
Oh, okay.
Well, we just had an exceptional day. Did a nice variety of things. Went for some walks, chatted with some different people. So it was a really nice day here in La Laguna.
Nos va a decir de que la lepra es como si fuera la antesala a la muerte en vida, a la muerte física. Y algunos atreven a decir de que la lepra es como...
Oh yeah.
Yeehaw.
got places to sit.
Awesome. Buenas. ¿Cuáles sabores tiene? ¿Cuáles sabores?
Oh, muchos.
¿Qué es eso? Rocky Roads.
Sí, eso es ahí un
Chocolate.
revuelto.
Ok. Y eso es
Fresa.
fresa, rum y raisin.
Ese es maracuyá.
Oh, maracuyá. Ok. Quiero un cono con doble.
Bola.
Sí.
Pero voy a bajarlas.
Bueno.
I think I'm gonna try maracuya chocolate.
They can't resist. We have to have some ice cream. Video? You want me to get it? I'll take it.
Ahora, ¿de cuál otro?
Doble.
¿El mismo?
El mismo.
¿Hay con salsa o algo?
Salsa.
No, eso es bueno. Gracias. As per usual, word got out that I was at this pizza place, and next thing we know, tons of people came seeking to be in my videos. Hola damas y caballeros, estoy aquí en el pueblito de Laguna de Ortizas y estoy en el restaurante
Ley Burger Pizza.
Perfecto, es el mejor pizza en el pueblito. Bienvenido. Venga,
Gracias.
venga. And if you want to eat inside, this is the rest of the restaurant right here. The music isn't too loud. And there's our little menu up there. They have hamburguesas, hamburgers, and pizza and stuff. The usual empanadas. Anyhow, this is the place. This is the place by the really loud music. And the honest verdict and truth is about the pizza, it's decent. Not bad. 7,000 pesos for one big slice. And that's about $2.50 for about Canadian or $1.80 US.